merge into one. It's gonna pull out in front of you. You're gonna follow behind it.
Okay. It's a Dodge over there. Give me your card.
Hey. Hi, guys.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, I think everybody might be muted. Can y'all hear me okay? Thumbs up? Yes? Okay. Awesome. Waiting for people to hop on. So is everybody back to school? Are we the only ones that aren't?
Nope, we're not.
Hang on.
I'm not yet.
You're not yet?
Nope, Nate starts school next week.
We do too on Monday.
Same here.
I don't know that I'm ready. I'm ready for a routine, but I'm not ready for making lunches every day.
Oh, Nate eats from school, so I don't have to worry about that. As long as he has money in
There
the
you
account, he's good.
There you go. Hang on here. I'm going to remind everybody that we're on the Zoom, guys. Like in messages real quick.
Okay.
Go home and lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah. Y'all, a lot of you know that, my Jillian had a concussion that lasted almost 5 months, right? We think that Sophia very possibly may have a concussion.
Oh my God.
That's not awesome at all. So I may have to get her taken to look at. We'll see. Hey, Jenny. Can you hear me? I don't think Jenny can hear me. Y'all can, though. I saw Elvira, you nodding your head, yeah.
There we go. Hello.
Hello.
It wasn't letting me join from my iPad. I don't know why. So I have to go on my phone. Oh, well.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Hi, Jenny.
How are y'all doing?
My volume is super. Nope. Let's see if that helps.
Okay, there we go.
My volume is super low. Like, I can barely hear anybody.
Oh, really? Oh, I need
to. Oh.
Okay.
Somebody talk.
Can you hear me?
Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, is that better?
There we go. Yes. I don't know. That was weird. It wasn't putting the speaker
Operator.
on. Operator.
Okay, let me see. Oops.
Awesome.
So anybody have anything fun to share before we get started and while we're waiting for anybody else to jump on?
Thank you.
Anybody?
Just that Sophia might have a concussion. That's not really fun.
What happened?
Oh, she hit her head. The dog swiped her feet, and she hit her head really hard on the door, and she's getting dizzy and headaches when she's activity induced.
Oh, no.
Praying it's coincidental, but I don't know. It was a really hard hit, so we'll see.
Is she going?
I wonder if that's why she was nauseous yesterday and why she missed sand volleyball because she was nauseous.
Yeah.
Stomach. I wonder if that's it. Hope not.
Oh no.
So y'all can pray about that tonight, that Sophia does not have a concussion.
Oh my God.
No, another one of those.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's not, oh God, that totally
That would be
stinks.
freakish, right? That would be super freakish.
That would be crazy. You just need to wear helmets, like, from now on. Because it's not like that either of them were doing anything crazy. It's not like they were doing anything sport, like as active as they are, they didn't do it from getting, playing in a volleyball game. Nope. Crazy around the, I'm sorry. I'm trying to adjust because I wasn't planning on using my phone, and now I'm having
Okay.
to.
Just give me $100 today. No.
Yeah, I have to take Aiden to the orthopedist tomorrow for his knee. So if y'all are praying for Sophie's brain, pray for Aiden's knee. I swear.
Oh no.
I know.
What did
That's
you do?
okay. That's okay.
Just football?
Yeah, he's been struggling with it for all summer, and then he planted wrong because they had him kicking, and so he planted wrong, and it buckled on him, and he collapsed. And then when he came home last night, he was icing it, and today it's tender to the touch. It's swollen. He has been off of it all day, and so anyway, gotta go take him to the orthopedist. Oh well, what are you gonna do? You're muted, Terry Jo. You want to be muted? Okay, got it. Okay. If anybody else has anything they want to pray about tonight before we get started. Oh God.
Okay, you guys. We wanted to get tonight with a power hour because it is so important to know how to work your business and to be able to work it in a short amount of time. You don't need just an hour to be able to effectively make action. So Jenny's going to start with going over what you can do to work your business, and you can do it in 15-minute increments. You can do it in 5-minute increments during the day. You don't need an hour. If you got 5 minutes, y'all, you can do it. So
Yeah.
Jenny, you want to start with the action plan, and then we're going to have you guys take some action tonight.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to unplug for a second. There we go. Okay. So we, I think it was Cheyenne did an action stack challenge a few, maybe months ago. And I really loved this because so many times when you sit down to you're like, I work my business, and you get on Facebook and you get distracted with Facebook. You start, flipping through and then commenting on this, and you lose and it's like a time drain. So this action stack challenge really gives you tasks to do, and it can keep you organized. And that's why I really, really like it. And so we wanted to talk about it. It's this, and this is what it is, and I'll go through them, and then I think we also have a document in Plexus Rockstars, and we can post that on the link to this because I think it's a really good outline of what you need to hit on every single day or 5 days a week or whatever your business plan is. But it goes, the order it goes in, I don't like as much because sometimes you can get carried away and kind of on a goose trail with when you start for some of the first ones, and then you kind of can get distracted. So it's a good outline, but you don't have to do it in order. I don't do it in order, but we were going to go over what the things were. So the first one she has is quiet time. So if that's prayer, if that's positive affirmations, if that some deep breathing or yoga or whatever, starting your day or starting your business, your business plan, fine. Positive note, quiet time, affirmations, prayer, decide. That's the first. Okay. The second one she says is to find 3 new friends on Facebook. So I don't do this first. I'm going to go through and then I'll give you the order that I put in. But this is just how it's listed. So find 3 new people on Facebook. That's expanding your network. So that's going through and maybe what I like to do is go click on, let's say my brother or my sister, and look at their friends because there could be friends from childhood that I'm not friends with. Or my husband, I'll go to my husband's account and search it's just almost following the Frank's list, going to your different times in your life and different areas in your life and growing your network. So adding those friends, especially if you're posting on Facebook, this is a great way to expand your network, right? So adding 3 new people a day on Facebook. And then the third one is wishing friends, Facebook friends, happy birthday. What does this do? This connects you in the Facebook world. So when you start commenting on their wall, they will start seeing your posts more and more often. So that's a great thing. Also, I like to reach out to people. So some of the people that I haven't talked to, or I'm like not a very good friend with, or, you know, just kind of an acquaintance with, I'll write happy birthday on the wall. But a lot of my friends from high school or some friends I haven't talked to in a while, I will personally message them happy birthday. And a lot of, I won't say anything about Plexus, a lot of times Plexus will be brought up because I post a lot about it and it's so much part of my life. So it's almost like a way to talk about Plexus without having to bring it up. So that's the thing. And again, y'all, I will post this document in the video under, like, the comments on the video section, or when Terry Jo the video uploaded, like she does graciously every single, she's okay. Let me just give a second to give her a high five, because she's my technical manager and she always does the Zoom. She uploads them to YouTube and puts the link up. I mean, she manages the meeting. So I totally appreciate that. So anyway, thank you, Terry Jo. The 5th one is contacting 5 new people. Okay, this is what I start with. Contacting 5 new people. I don't start with the positive. Well, I start with positive affirmations, but before I ever go and look for new friends on Facebook, because sometimes that you can go down a rabbit hole with that, like searching and searching and searching and searching. I want to make sure to have 5 new contacts before I ever do that. So I will reach out to 5 new people. Okay, if somebody, since I've been doing this for a long time, if I reached out to somebody 7 months ago and they never responded to me, I will reach out and count that as a new reach out because they never responded. So, but for the most part, those need to be people that I haven't talked to Plexus to about with Plexus now. So, okay, I'm going to have, if you are on, can you mute yourself? Oh, can you mute? Oh, Meemaw. That's Meemaw. Meemaw, can you mute yourself if you get a chance?
I think so.
I believe in it. If you turn your phone, if you tap your screen, there's a microphone on the bottom left corner. You can mute yourself. Okay, the one is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th thing is following up with 2 prospects. Okay, we will talk about it tonight. Thank you, Mima. We will talk about tonight how important follow-up is. 80% of sales happen between the 5th and the 12th follow-up. So follow-up is crucial. Like, follow-up does not happen, or sales usually, they very rarely happen on the first contact. Like, how many, I'm sure y'all, how many people have you reached out to and said, hey, you know, I love this Plexus thing. Have you ever tried it before? And they go, yes, sign me up. Like, that just doesn't happen. You've got to be persistent with the follow-up. So 2 people, following up with 2 people a day. You need to post on Facebook. Now, again, this is personal. This is a personal choice, but this is the Action Stack Challenge that Cheyenne, or actually it wasn't, Cheyenne didn't create it, somebody else did, but the one that she uses says to post at least 3 times a day. Y'all, this isn't 3 times of just Plexus. This is personal. This is maybe a fun motivational quote, or, you know, and then Plexus, something about your kids. So it's intermingling a bunch of different posts, but one of them does have to be Plexus. I try to do 2 Plexus a day, and then personal a whole lot in between, but just so people, because people, obviously, they are your friend on Facebook so that they can see your life. Plexus is a part of my life, but it's my whole life. So you got to make sure to share about your kids and anything else that you are passionate about, as well as Plexus. You want to follow up with 1 current customer. Okay. You've got to take care of your people. Once you get them, you work so hard to convince them to buy these products. You got to take care of them. So following up with 1 current customer. And then I like to also follow up with a current ambassador too. That's not on here, but I do that too. And then scheduling a 3-way call or a Facebook chat is the other one. So that's kind of the daily action stack. And like I said, we'll post this document in the comment section of this video when Terry Jo uploads it, so y'all can get an idea. And what I did, I printed it out for the first time, or maybe, for the first 5 days I started doing it. And then I just keep it in a journal, So I just keep it in a journal. And so I don't print it out anymore. I just write it down and I keep it, I have pages or whatever. And that way you don't have to print it out every single day, but at least it gives you a guideline of what you need to be doing every day. Y'all, if you do not have an hour every single day to dedicate to like one whole hour together, you can break this up. Like you can start off your day, let's say you wake up 15 minutes early before you start getting ready for work, and you can reach out to 5 people. That's what I've been doing before my kids get up, because we are still on summer break. And so from 7 to 9, that's when I really work my business. That's when I do my reach outs. I like to do 10 a day. I just feel like at this point in my business, that's what I need to be doing. So I reach out to 10 people a day in my follow-ups, and everything else, my first post on Facebook, looking for new people, all that, that's when I do it. But if you only have 10 minutes here and there, then break it up. You can follow up with a few people for 10 minutes. You can post on Facebook during your lunch break. You can, we'll find new Facebook friends during your coffee break or whatever. After, just break it up during the day. This business is meant to be worked in your schedule, within your schedule. Okay, it's super, super flexible. So that is the action stack. Terry Jo is going to talk about reaching out.
Okay, guys, we are going to start for the next 15 minutes. We're going to set a timer, and we are going to have you do action. Action creates results, right? Being on Facebook doesn't create results. Action does. So we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes, and I want you to start reaching out. Here's a couple ways you can start. One, go ahead and look. It's called a green light challenge, right? So we're going to do that. But before you do that, if you have a Frank's list, I want you to pull that out. If you do not have a Frank's list, and a Frank's list stands for your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, your neighbors, your kids' connections, your spousal and service connections. Sorry, y'all, I'm in my car. It is your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, neighbors. Write those names down in those categories. Okay, I'm on a Zoom, y'all. So try and write those names down in that order. I want you to spend 5 minutes creating a Frank's list, just 5 if you don't have one yet. Think of everybody that you can think of. Who needs Plexus? The answer is everybody. Everybody needs it. 5 minutes creating your Frank's list if you don't have it. Then, if you already have your Frank's list, start with this, you guys. It's called the Green Light Challenge. Open your Facebook. Really? He's like, serious. Sorry, the window went down and like people can hear me. Okay, so I want you to open Facebook Messenger. When you open Facebook Messenger, you can go into like a chat, or I think there's even a spot where it says active. Everybody that has a green light, it's like a little circle with a green light. Everybody that has a green light is active right now in Messenger. Okay, so we're going to start reaching out to the people that are right now active in Messenger. You guys, I did this the other day on Monday, and people responded back immediately. Not everybody, but they are on Messenger. They're on Facebook right now. You've got a better chance of reaching out. So we're going to do Green Light Messenger, start there. If you run out of people that are in the Green Light Messenger for the remaining 15 minutes, then I want you to go off your Frank's list and start reaching out. Here's 2 examples of messages you can send. You can send one that's everything is simple. So say, hey, Jenny, I'm sure by now you've seen me posting about Plexus, ... Have you tried it yet? That is it. Hey, Jenny, but use their name. You can simple copy and paste, just change the name. Hey, Jenny, I'm sure by now you've seen me posting about Plexus, ... Have you tried it? ? That's it. Send those out. Another message you can say, if you haven't been posting a lot, is something like, hey, Jenny, I've got to tell you, I'm super excited about something I've started. I'm feeling great, and I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. I'm losing weight. My gut is better. I've started these awesome new products. Have you ever heard of Plexus? That's it. Super simple, you guys. So we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes and we're going to reach out. So use the green light. That's a great way if you don't have, if you've run out of your Frank's list or whatever, go through that first. Once you go through that, then start using your Frank's list. So 15 minutes, we're all going to work, and then we'll take a little break and we'll talk about following up to people from the past. But 15 minutes, we are going to work. So ready, set, timer is now, guys. And make sure we're all muted for this too. If you have a question during this, you guys can pop it up in the chat if you need help with something. Okay, guys, 15 minutes. I pulled in. I left in the car because not driving. I was able to send out a zillion messages, and I had 2 people respond back. Whoops, I think. Oh, sorry. So I loved it. Did anybody else get anybody to respond back right away from the green light chat? Kendra, you did? Oh my gosh, unmute and tell us. I can't hear you yet. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay, see if that works.
It was someone that I know, and I just said, hey, have you seen it? And she said, yeah, I have some friends that use it. And so I just followed up then and said, well, here's what I'm experiencing from it, and I can hook you up and let you know more about it. That was it.
Awesome. That's great. Good job, girl. Did anybody else have anybody respond back right away? If you do, unmute yourself. A lot of people don't have their pictures showing.
I did, Terry Jo. It's Renee.
Oh, awesome.
Actually, I had 4 people respond.
Ooh. That's incredible.
And they're still messaging me.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Terry.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. That green light thing works really well, guys. I mean, it's definitely a tool that you can use again,
I just got another message back.
Bye. Whatever you're doing. Awesome. Who said that? And Rebecca said she got 2 people to respond back. Who said they just got another one? Oh. Kendra? Awesome. You guys, so fun. I love to hear it. Okay, so Jenny, you want to tell them about the next part that we're going to do?
Yeah. Heather, did you have something? Heather Hale, did you unmute?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, 4 or 5 respond back. So I'm still chatting with them, so we'll see.
Good. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that challenge. I haven't, Terry Jo told me about it today, and I was like, that is so smart. Yes, go for the people that are on instead of waiting for people that aren't. So, yeah, I love that. Awesome job, y'all. Okay, yes. So the next step is following up. Like I said before, 5 to 12 follow-up attempts usually is when 80% of the sales occur. So you have got to keep following up. You can't just think because somebody didn't answer you, or even because somebody told you no the first time, that they're not going to come around. Because remember, I told Amy Bruder, Amy Achiba, Bruder is her maiden name. Bruder is how she's always been known to me. Amy Achiba, I told her no for a year before I said yes, before it was my time. And Terry Jo told me no for 7-8 months before it was her time. So just because they tell you no, it doesn't mean it's a firm no. It just means it's a not now. It's not their time. So, and they might have to just sit and watch you for a little bit, watch to see if you how you do with it. So, okay. There are so many different ways to follow up. The first thing I want to say is do not apologize for following up. Do not start your follow-up with, I'm so sorry to bother you, because then they'll think, oh, well, yeah, you should apologize because you are bothering me. Like, you do not need to apologize for reaching out. You are trying to improve your friends, your family's health, finances, like life with these products. So do not apologize for following up. Okay. That's the first thing. A few different ways you can follow up with are, like if somebody went cold or if somebody went dark, maybe a diamond documentary, maybe you know that they really need the opportunity and you just recently saw a diamond doc that kind of had the same story as your potential. You can send them a diamond doc and said, hey, I just watched this the other day and I thought of you. I thought you might be interested. Something like that. You can send a sample. Okay, with the sample, you do not want to send a 7-day or even a 3-day. You want to send one, just one. It's a sample to taste. That's what you want to send because if you send anything more, people are going to expect way too much out of the free samples that you sent them. It's just not effective. I made this mistake and sent a bunch, like 3. I would send 3 days when I was first starting. And I just don't think that that's necessary. I think you can send 1 and you can just tell them, here's a sample for you to try to see if you like the taste or to see what you think about the taste. That's all you have to say. You do not have to send 3 because you don't need to see if it works. That's why we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. It's not your job to send a sample to see if it works, and then they will decide if they want to buy. It's your job to just reach out and follow up, right? So that's why we have the 60-day money-back guarantee. Always lean back on, because they can try it for 2 months free of charge, and if they don't like it, they can return it and get all their money back. So just 1, and this is what we like to say is, here is a sample to taste, or I would love to send you a sample to taste. What is your address? And I'll drop it in the mail. Okay? So don't go, would you like a sample? Just make it for sure. Like, for sure, you're getting a sample. What is your address? And I'm going to drop it in the mail for you. This works. Like, nobody will tell you no. Like, hardly anybody will tell you no. They'll be like, yeah, sure, my address is 711 Sunset Hill Drive. Like, they will, when you take that type of stance and that direction with it, they will totally give your address, and it's just one more way to follow up with them. So, but y'all, if you don't need to send a sample, if you can get them before to join or to buy before, you don't need to, like, do that as one of your last resorts. Like, if they have gone like totally dark and they're not answering, then that's a good idea of how to kind of get them talking again. Also, if you look back at your follow-ups, make sure that you are following up with non-Plexus posts in between. So it's not just your relationship wasn't just all Plexus before Plexus, so don't make it all Plexus after Plexus, okay? So make sure that, like, if you had 2 follow-up Plexus things that you sent them and they didn't say anything, then reach out with something non-Plexus. Hey, how was your weekend? You know, I saw you went sailing, you know, whatever. How was it? Or, oh my gosh, your kids look so grown up. How was their first day back to school? Or something like that. Make it non-Plexus, okay? Make sure to keep those, to throw in the non-Plexus follow-ups with the Plexus follow-ups. You can also send a health testimony if you know that they're struggling from IBS or fibromyalgia or migraines or lack of energy or whatever it is. You can go to Facebook and in the search bar, search Plexus and whatever issue they're struggling with. And y'all, it's so interesting. There are so many different testimonies that I think there was only one, and I can't even remember what it was, that something didn't pop up. And it was a really rare disorder. But for the most part, Plexus, there's going to be a testimony on Facebook about Plexus and whatever issue that they're struggling with. So go search for a testimony that you know, whatever issue you know they're struggling with, and send them a health testimony and say, I came across this today thinking about you, and share it. Okay, that's another way to follow up. Okay, so let's say you have someone that said, great, I'm going to buy or I'm going to join tonight. You give them the information. You walk them through the steps of how to do it. You send your website and nothing. There's no email. Then you're like, ugh, how do I follow back up with them? Okay, y'all, as we all know, our website gives us issues, right? So that's a great way to follow up. Just say, hey, I didn't get an email confirming, you know, your join or your whatever. I didn't get an email, so I wanted to check and make sure everything is okay. You know, sometimes our website can be a little tricky. Did you have any issues with it? So you can always blame the website, okay? Not in a negative way, but just said sometimes, you know, I mean, that's the life in our technology days, is sometimes we have issues with websites. So use that as a way to follow up. Sometimes our website gives people issues. Did you have any issues with it? You know, something like that. Okay, I'm looking at my notes. Let's see. Customer. Okay, also make sure you're checking up with your customers. Okay. Like I said, because that was one of the things on the action stack is following up with your customers. You want to make sure we are taking care of them. If you know that somebody's been on the products in a while, you can say, I'm excited to hear how you are loving these products. Are you loving them as much as I do? You know, that's a great way to follow up with a customer. And then the last one I have is if somebody has totally gone dark on you, has not responded, not even responded to your personal posts, you can always say, well, there's two ways to go about this. I like to use humor with mine, but one of them is you can say, just curious, what is holding you back? That's all you have to say. Just curious, ... what is holding you back? There's something with when you start a follow-up with just curious that it lets people's guard down. So that's a good way if somebody has just stopped responding. I just did this on Sunday. I was going back and forth with a friend from one of my best friends from junior high, and she was looking at my website, was all ready. She was, yes, want to do it, and then nothing. And I had 3 follow-ups with nothing. And so I used the just curious, and she came back immediately. And it just isn't her time. She's a school teacher, and she is starting. Her and her husband are both school teachers. He is the head football coach at this small school in Central Texas, somewhere in Central Texas. And it's a really, really, really busy, crazy time for them. And she just didn't feel like she could take on one more thing. And I love that she was honest with me. And I also love that she was putting in a lot of thought to it and knew that she was going to put some effort into it if she decided to join. So she wanted to wait until she was ready. So she said, how about Christmas? Let's revisit Christmas, whatever. We went back and forth. But that just, when I started it with just curious, it got her out of her shell and she was able to answer me. Okay, so that is another one. Also, another way that I like to use, again, I like to use humor and emojis. And I'll say, are you ignoring me? Like, I'll just flat out go, seriously, are you ignoring me? And then I do the laughy emoji faces. And that usually gets a response because, you know, I mean, y'all, you've got to laugh, right? This business is hard. We get a lot of rejection. You got to laugh. So I like to use humor as another way to follow up. So with that being said, the next 15 minutes, or hold on, are we running out of time? Or, oh, yeah. Okay, let's just do the next 5 minutes. Terry Jo, is that fine? Because it's already 8:50. So let's just do the next, 5 to 7 minutes of y'all following up with anybody that you've made contact with before, any customers that you have if you haven't followed up with. So the next 5 to 7 minutes, y'all can do all your follow-ups. You can use one of my examples, or you can use something on your own if you want. But let's take the next, so it's 8:49. Let's do 7 minutes of follow-up starting now. Okay. How'd we do? How'd we do following up? Anybody get a response? Anybody? That 7 minutes is pretty short. We kind of had to cram it in. This hour kind of snuck by, but yeah, that's what I was doing earlier, was following up with some of the people that I had reached out to early this morning. So, yeah, there's so many different ways to follow up, but it's just so key. And, I love Facebook Messenger because it really, you can keep track. Whereas with text, it's hard to, texts get lost and people get lost. But with Facebook Messenger, it really is easy to go reach back, 2 weeks ago. Who did I reach out to that hasn't responded? It's kind of easy to keep track. So I know everyone has their own follow-up system, but anyway, it's super important. I don't know. Did Terry Jo get off? Terry Jo might have gotten off of the meeting. She decided that the meeting was over. And so she got off. But we were going to follow up with, we're going to end with, so after the reaching out and the following up, the other thing is personal growth and learning about the business, learning about yourself and how to better yourself. That's like a really big aspect in network marketing. I know that I have been reading a lot of leadership books because I feel like that's kind of the role that I'm getting into, or that I am in. And then it's going to even more so the higher up I go. And so I have been reading a lot of John Maxwell books. Oh, there she is. Terry Jo just joined. Hi, Terry Jo.
My phone died. I was like,
oh, your phone died. Okay.
seriously.
I thought you just decided it was time. Just the Zoom was. No, I'm just joking.
My mom just sent me a text, like when my phone popped up, she's like, hello, the meeting's not over. Where are you? I know it's not over. Like, my phone died.
Yeah.
I was and it just.
Oh, no. Gotta hate that. So we wrapped up our follow-up, and I was just talking about personal growth, reading, whatever, videos you can watch. So I love John Maxwell. I've been reading this book. I love this. I think this is important. I also have 3 other of his books that I have on my that I'm going to read. So that's really cool too. I also love GoPro by Eric Worre, I think is how you pronounce it. And then I also love Millionaire by Halftime. Those are books that I really love. I thought they were really easy to read and I connected with. So those are the things that I've been doing. What have you been reading?
One of my very favorite books, and all get out, you guys. This book right here changed a lot for me because it told me how to communicate with people differently. And this is so important. It's a super cute book, The 4 Color Personalities for MLM. Y'all read it. And also, if you guys have not taken the personality test, you can do that in the back office by clicking on the training, like signing in, clicking on the tools and training, the training tab, then clicking on the rank up to roadmap, then clicking on silver. Everybody should do silver. If you're a senior gold or a diamond, you should do the silver. When you click on silver, there's going to be a little thing that pops up and it says color personality test. You guys, it takes about 50 minutes to take it. All you're doing is clicking like level 1 through 5, what you would be. It's awesome, and it will totally tell you your personality type, which is really great, but like just kind of a great way to learn about connecting with others. So I love this. Another great book, which Julianne raves about all the time, is The 4-Year Career, because that is amazing. Have you talked about the YouTube videos that you have been watching lately?
No. I just was talking about, this is The 4-Year Career.
Connecting with YouTube video, watching a little bit of training. It doesn't have to be a 30-minute or an hour training because I know those are hard. But find somebody that you can connect with and then just absorb their training. There's so many jewels out there that have got great training. I love Emily Gibson and I love Brooke Hemingway. I love their training style because they're just go get them. And I love it. It's like no excuses and no hold bars. Here's what you need to do. I love Emily Gibson. Look her up on YouTube. Brooke Hemingway, look her up on YouTube. Tara Castaneda, Emily Roberts. You guys, there's so many that I just recommend you go in and, just listen to 3 minutes once a day or 3 days a week. But, while you're while you're riding in the car, whatever, play a video. While you are waiting for your kids to get in the car after you're picking them up from football or volleyball or soccer practice, listen to a 3 or 5 minute video. Find these times. I don't care. Do it while you're in the bathroom, y'all. Like, seriously, everybody goes to the bathroom. Play a freaking YouTube video. Like, make it a priority for you. Fit in the 5 minutes however you can. But you've got to prioritize. If this is a priority for you, then you've got to make it a priority.
I do it while I'm putting away laundry. That's when my times that I listen when I'm putting away laundry. Because what else are you going to do during that time? I could listen to music, but why not listen to something that is going to help me in my career? So,
yep.
And also another thing that one of the other Jules told me is she was listening to podcasts too. And those aren't, directly associated with Flex, but a lot of them are talking about inspiration and belief. And there's so many. There's like little TED Talks that are really short, like less than 15 minutes. So I've been listening to those a lot. Just, ways to business grow yourself, to think a little bit different. It's important.
Absolutely. We'll wrap this up for you guys, but our whole point of tonight was to show you how easy it is to take action. Action speaks the loudest. If you take action, your business is going to have results. And I can say that because in the beginning, we weren't posting. I mean, we were posting on Facebook, but we listened to videos, but we weren't really taking the right kind of action. And our business would look a lot different early on if we had done that. So reach out 5 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, whatever you have. And if you don't have time for anything else, use that green light challenge. Use that green light way to meet people. Send out 3 to 5 messages. Just tell people about Plexus. You guys love it. Don't be selfish and keep it to ourselves. 5 minutes a day, you guys can totally do this. So, did anybody like the Power Hour? Is this something you want to do again? Share your thoughts. Thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs
I
up.
like it.
I don't know who said that.
Lisa.
It was Renee.
Oh, good.
Yes. Okay, good. This is good to know because, y'all, we want your feedback. I mean, we want y'all's feedback and what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to do. If it's helpful to you, we definitely do it more.
Okay, guys, so continue this on throughout the week. Don't let this be the only time you take action. Seriously, send messages, reach out, follow up. Your business, if you can just do a little bit here and there.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
You can,
yes, finish strong, you guys. We've got the end of the month coming up. Look at your reports in the back office. Know whether your team is ordering again or not. If you have anybody underneath you, you guys look and see. Did they order in May? Did they order in July and they haven't ordered again in August? Did they order in June and skip July? Check in on them. Keep them consistent on the products. Know your ambassadors on your team. Easy to do if you just take care of a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, it is. Okay, y'all have a great night.
Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.